Scorpio, to your Astro Dice reading. Hope you friends are doing great out there. If you friends like this, please like and subscribe, guys. Hit that big old like button. Okay, best message coming out. And for those of you who are new, this is where I take astrology with tarot and make a small horoscope for the month. Okay, only using one of the 12 houses. So, and for those of you who are new, I use my spirit guide, okay? I have a lot of people who are like, I don't know what spirit you're using. Just my spirit guide and my higher self, guys, okay? Here we go. And any angels that want to come through. Look at that Virgo energy coming through with the 7th house. Ooh, with Mercury. How you think, communicate, write, and talk, and travel. Nice. Be a lot of communication with that Virgo. Virgo energy coming through. The energy around you is dutiful, hesitant, humble, with a discriminating, diligent, and painstaking air. Okay, trying to move mountains over here with that Virgo energy. And the 7th house, going to this area of your life, is about long-term significant partners, romantic, business, or family. So is it romance? Is it the business? Is it just the family itself? Is it your partners? It could be work partners, anything. Well, let's see what's going on over here. Okay, guys, let's get in here and see what's going on. I am using key gateway activation cards. I like these. Okay. For the beginning of the month, middle of the month, and the end of the month, going straight to the beginning of the month, we have Crown Chakra Upgrade, Divine Connection, Holy Experiences, and Miraculous Energy. There is a miracle that is coming through. So whatever communication you are looking for is going to be, you're going to feel it was magic. You're going to feel like whatever is going on around you, it was a miracle. So, booyah. Absolutely. And there's some kind of divine connection going on to this. Why? Because any kind of miracle energy you have, you know it's divinely connected. Because you know for a fact that it would never have happened unless the universe stepped in. And it could even be something that you manifested. Something of your true heart's desire. So, whether it was you finally have enough money to travel, communicate from a loved one. Maybe you're waiting for someone to write you, to text you, to come through, to say something. Something is going on over here where you feel it is a miracle. Oh my gosh, with the Holy Grail. Yeah, it's a miracle. Inner discovery, finding sacredness. You are what you seek. Definitely, you were praying on this, waiting on this. Maybe even told yourself this would be a miracle if this happened. And the divine said, yeah, you're right, it is a miracle. And here it comes in. Maybe you've been waiting a long time for this situation to come through. Oh my gosh. Seraphim's Gateway. Voice activation, angelic attunement, and divine support. It's definitely, this is, whatever you gave out, you are receiving. Could have been from the blue moon, the 888 Lion's Gate. It could have been whatever it was, you know, however it was. Just could be just manifesting, and then let it go, and then kind of just like, boom, here it comes. But I do feel like for a lot of you, it was one of those situations where you did feel that if this ever happened, it would be a miracle. Clarify on this miraculous energy over here. You got a dove, a holy grail, and a seraphim. Fire of God. What do you want? Fire angel of God. Okay. Tell me. What is going on? It was something hidden. There was definitely something hidden and something you believed that, you know what? I don't think that, it was only a dream. It was only a dream. But you know what? It was one of those things that you said, you know what? Maybe if I dream big, you know, I dream big, go home. And you put it straight into God's hands. The gatekeeper said, here we go. Keeping it real, keeping it balanced, being at the mercy. Maybe you surrendered to this and said, you know what, it could just be a fairy tale. It would be a miracle if this happened, and here comes that communication. It could have been, and also the communication with the divine. So there's a lot of reasons why this communication is here. It was how you were communicating from your heart space, giving the mercy. I think for a lot of you, you surrendered and gave mercy to the Lord and said, you know what, this is what I need. Whoa, my ear is ringing. There's the approval and conformity I need. That's what you did. It doesn't matter how. You did it. And here it comes. And this will be your considered holy experience. This will be your divine connection, your holy, you know. If you never believed in miracles before, you're definitely going to believe in them now. If you didn't believe in manifesting, then you will definitely believe in it now. And it did. It felt like, I don't think that you had any real fears or anxieties around the situation when it comes to the moon. I feel it was something that was hidden from you, but you did feel like this would be a miracle. I might even be a little, you know, illusional to believe that something like this could happen, right? Maybe you even seen signs and synchronicities. Maybe there was something there that, you know, maybe you had a personal reading and they said that was coming. You're like, no way, this is an illusion. This is not real. That's not happening. But you know what? I'm going to surrender it all. I'm going to be at the faith of the universe and just let it go. And then bam, here it comes. Sorry, that's exactly what it is. You know what? I just dream it, let it go. And yeah, you're finding your sacredness. You are what you seek. You had the inner discovery. Your wishes, it's almost like the universe said, your wish is my command. I'm sorry, that's exactly what I just heard. Your wish is my command. Knock and receive. And you guys did it. And it's in the 7th house, guys, of romance, business, family. You wanted a baby, here comes the baby. You want romantic partner, soulmate, whatever, here they come with the Hierophant. You know, you wanted your business to start really picking up the pace, here it comes. You need a job, here it comes. Whatever it is, it was like you were at the mercy and you got what you needed. And yes, whoa, for some of you, look at that. There was some pain. There was some pain and maybe some even painful endings that happened in this situation to where you were in collapse mode. You felt defeated and you know what? You gave everything up. I was in crisis mode. I was in loss. But you know what? I felt so pinned against the wall. But sometimes, you know what? It's kind of crazy because here comes that story again that I know everybody has heard. When we are at the bottom, I mean rock bottom, that's when we usually really want to be at mercy, be at surrender for the higher, right? For the higher beings, for the divine, right? That's when we really collapse. And then that's when we really come up with the 10. Because why? Because you can't get any lower. You can't, there's nothing else. That's it. Right, so wherever you felt that this is what was hurting, this is what was going on. But remember, after the 10 of swords can only come, the ace of swords, right, can only go back around again to the ace. So, but it's kind of crazy because it says where you have this, you're going to find your success. You're going to find long-term success. You're going to find, you know, things that are going to happen within your family, you know, right, because you contributed all that you had. I feel like with the 10 of Pentacles, you contributed anything and everything you have, guys. You let it out. You gave it all. And then you just kind of like, that was it. I yelled. I screamed at the universe. I gave what I could. And then I said, this is what I need. And then I walked away. And I surrender to you. Help me. And they said, okay. And it might have taken months. And you might have even, and I feel like for a lot of you, it's a surprise. Because I think for a lot of you, didn't think it was ever going to come. Right? Because you had kept giving, and waiting for the universe to balance it out. And here comes that balance. Here it comes with them. Yeah, there it is again. It was all about time management. It was all about adapting. It was all about balancing things out for you. And there it is, your manifestation, your wish. And I'm sorry, I keep hearing your wish is my command. So, and that was it, right? So you're going to get your 10 of Pentacles, whatever it is, in the 7th house. And that's a great house. Being at mercy. Oh my gosh. Some of you are entering a soul family. Stars aligned, remembering home and soul family. Some of you are getting a beautiful romantic partnership. Or it could even be a beautiful job that you just walked into where you feel like I'm at home. This is where I believe. No matter what it is in the mid-month, you feel like you are exactly where you need to be. You feel like the stars are aligned and like they took you home. And this was all because of your manifestation. You have seen the infinite, potentials to the situation, not giving up. And so Spirit says in the mid-month, you are going to feel like you are at home, like you are where you're supposed to be. You answered the call, and they delivered. Start being guided, answer the call, time to shine. So this is your time to shine. This is where you're finally going to feel like you have to glow up, like you are right where you're supposed to be. You're with the people you're supposed to be with. You are with the new romantic love of your life. You know, you are with a job where you feel like everybody gets along. And I could be here for a long time. However it is. But you feel like this is home. And you're going to shine. Why? Because you feel at peace. You feel a part of what you're supposed to be a part of, and you feel whole again. Because your prayer is answered. Like I said, it would be a miracle. And you said this should be a miracle. And you're going to know it's a miracle. You have the speedy, rapid movement. Everything is going the way it's supposed to be going. You're traveling in the right direction. You can feel the change around you. You know the manifestation is, it is here. It's coming. It's here. It's already started working its magic. It's already doing what it's supposed to be doing. It's giving you the Ace of Pentacles. Wow. So you have that Ace of Pentacles. You're feeling the abundance. You're feeling that manifestation. 2 cards of manifestation plus the manifestation plus the manifestation plus the manifestation. You have 4 cards of manifestation. Don't tell me you didn't manifest. Pray. It's all the same in its own ways, right? It's just all energy that goes out to ask. Therefore, receive. Venetian and Galactic Council Star Being. You answer the call. It's time to shine. You know that it's time to shine. You have the Ace of Cups. There's the Ace of Cups now twice. That's what the Holy Grail is. And it's saying that now you have, oh my gosh, you have 3 aces on the board, right? You haven't let go of any restrictions that were holding you back. You don't feel like you are tied down to anything. No more dark thoughts. No more 10 of Swords. You feel like you have a release. You feel like things are coming back together. Right? You have that new, there's that new baby, but I also said that some of you might feel like here comes that new baby. This would be the speedy, bringing my soul family together with my new baby. And that could be that speedy message, right? Hey, I got a message. The message of, I'm pregnant. Here comes my baby. Here's your proposal to marriage. Here comes somebody in that could be the person to marry because you feel like you're at home. The best person. The best job. Oh, it's the best. You can feel like you're detached from anything that was keeping you down and not free of your own thoughts. Anything that was restricting you. And taking control of you to keep you in the 10 of Swords, the 8 of Swords, even the 9 of Swords, right? Just prisoner of your own mind. Anything that's made you think, I don't know if this is ever going to happen. I have the reason I have the 8 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So, there you go. But this is going to allow you to walk away at the middle of the month because you see all of the responses coming. You see all of the things that are coming towards you. You see the financial opportunity, the new venture. You see your job, your own business start just, gaining clientele, earning money. You see it just having a total switch around. the end of the month, you have, wow, this just flipped right over. Yes, proceed to be seen, push through. So you're definitely on a glow up. I already said that though. So where you have the time to shine, where you're in a glow up, where you are in the middle of it's just the shining star, main attraction in its own way, right? Because you're kind of the main attraction. You're in the limelight. People are going to notice you, notice your products, notice, who you are, what you are, especially when it comes to business. The yes proceed could be towards the family and the romance. It could be for Aldo too, but I'm just saying with the glow up and the shining bright piece is really for any business venture, and definitely romance too, because they're going to really see you as this shining, beautiful, person over here that just really captures their heart and soul. That's why they're here. Sacred inner space, the sacral chakra, tenderness and sensuality. So they see you as very tender and full of sensuality. And I think that the person that you're with is, they see you as this kind of lotus flower. Just keep growing, right? And they like that. Because I think that this person really runs a lot on their desires. I think they run a lot on their sacral chakra. I think they have a lot of tenderness and sensuality, and they want somebody just like that as well. Male or female, it doesn't matter. And, most men like attention, right? They like to be adored, And I just feel like this is where that tenderness is kind of, that tenderness of, pay attention to me. They don't want us babbling at them, but they sure, like the affection. You see what I'm saying? Hathor light codes, light immersion, full system upgrade and power recall. This is you're really going to be really recalling your power, especially when it comes to your higher self, because you do feel, right, that you are living to your truth. You're kind of, this whole event has rewritten your history, has rewritten your story, has rewritten your life. Everything is coming together the way you wanted it to come together. And like I said, for some of you, I think that, it feels like a miracle because you didn't believe that it was ever going to happen. And I know exactly how that feels. It would be a miracle if that would happen. Right? You do have, at the end of the month, as beautiful as the reading does seem, right? Now here comes the piece, though, right? Everybody's waiting for it. But what, right? Oh, it's all beautiful, but yeah, you're going to have a little procrastination, right? The only reason you're going to have a little bit of a lack of direction and procrastination is because it's all going to hit you so fast that even though it feels slow, it's still fast, right? We know that because of the Eight of Wands. When the Eight of Wands comes in, it's almost like it's making things move so fast. It's like, I heard about this miracle. I can't believe that. That just blew my freaking mind. I'm jumping for joy. I cannot believe this happened. And then, as it starts really rolling together and really coming together with the Eight of Wands over here, it keeps pulling you out, you know what I mean? And just like, oh my gosh, right? For 2 weeks, right? From the beginning of the month to the middle of the month. By the end of the month, though, it's almost to the point where it's like I've kind of lost lack of direction, though, because with the manifestation coming through and this moving so fast, it's kind of confused you. So it's kind of putting you, never back in. No, I don't believe you're in the Eight of Swords, and no, I do not believe you're in the Ten of Swords, not by any chance. And you're not in the Nine of Swords. Where you really are, my friends, right? It's more kind of like Four of Cups in its own way. We'll see what it's going to give us. But the only reason I say that is because I don't feel like you know exactly where you're supposed to go next. Like, okay, so I got all these beautiful things. What do I do next? Right? My business is growing. I've got all this clientele. I've got all these beautiful things. all this shit is happening, and it's all happening so fast. What do I do now? Do I just kick back, you know, and just keep doing exactly what I'm doing? Or am I supposed to be doing something, you know? I mean, I just had a miracle. You know what I mean? So I don't want to lose that, and I don't want to mess that up. So I do feel like you're a little bit, and a little bit of the conflict is just within your mind, because in procrastination, because you're just kind of, I'm just not sure what I'm supposed to do. So, you know, it's saying, yes, proceed to be seen and push through. And that's because you're saying, well, I'm kind of in a lack of direction and procrastinating. I don't know where am I going? What am I going to be inspired to do next? What am I supposed to be doing? Spirit says you're just supposed to keep being creative, because your creativity is going to continue to keep going strong. So you don't have to worry about that. Your imagination is wonderful. Shit, your imagination could be the whole reason you had this. Your imagination is connected to your intuition, because it's connected to the throat chakra, to the intuition. When they grow together, boom, right? So, yeah, it's like you're following your heart. You're doing everything. You know, and even if it's this romantic, department over here, but it does feel like all of a sudden you do kind of have the tower. But I don't feel like the tower is anything horrible. The tower is more of like a revelation and awakening of this sudden, look, in its own way, this is kind of its own kind of tower, isn't it though? Isn't it though? Because if you really think about it, if we get something so miraculous, so a miracle coming in, it's going to crash down all your self-limiting beliefs, all the detachments that you had. It's going to restore freedom from whatever. It's taking control where control needs to be. It's bringing in things that, like, oh my God, right? It's destroying all of this negative shit. So in its own way, it already made a tower. So with it having a tower here is almost just like the great awakening of, I think what it is the understanding of the blessing. Because remember, this is the star blessing. So I think it's more of like, I don't know where I'm supposed to be going, but I'm going to follow my intuition and keep doing what I'm doing, but I'm kind of stuck because of this tower that we kind of had, because in its own way it did. But I think it's also going to awaken you to want to release things that may not serve you anymore. Like if you have this beautiful person who comes in and they're your soul family, and you still have this ex over here who keeps kind of bothering you, and maybe you were back and forth in your mind about whether or not you were going to take him back or take her back, you're going to really reassess that and say, why would you want that person? Why would I want this Scorpio when I have this beautiful Sagittarius who was just, given to me because I manifested? I want true love. I want a soulmate. I want someone who's connected to me. I want, and you still have this person. So it's almost like it's destroying that. And maybe that's exactly what this is too. Maybe this is saying you're not, because this is my Scorpion card and here's a Scorpion card. So it could even be saying that you're a little confused what to do with this ex, what to do with this Scorpion that's been trying to give you all this love, when all of a sudden you have this beautiful miracle of this person coming through. Now that is a huge possibility. Because you're going to look at this, we're going to say Scorpio, and you're going to say, that dude has nothing on this fire sign, right? Because I want this Page of Wands. Because I said that would be a miracle if I got that person. And here they come in. Now what do I do with this person? Oh shit. So surreal, right? Or what if it's like the perfect partner coming in, you know what I mean, for your business. And you're like, oh my God. And I said, what if I got a person who already had businesses and already made a bunch of money and they know what they're doing? Okay, well, you already have this partner over here. What are you going to do with them? You see? So I think the choice is more of a revelation of this is going to be a sudden change and a little bit of a disaster. I may have to get rid of this. Now, if you're having a baby or something like this, it might be the revelation of, well, I've got to stop drinking. I got a baby coming, right? So no matter what it is, it feels like it's more of an awakening to release what no longer serves you, right? Okay, guys, that that's why I said I don't feel you just got a miracle. I don't think you're going to really worry about it that much. I mean, yeah, it's going to be a little confusing at first, but guys, step out of the box and just think what just happened. Right? Don't think, I care any. I think that's what I would say. I would be like, you know what? And I don't think I care anymore. Give me this. Give me this. Give me this. Right? Because it was already given. And yeah, it's going to throw you for a freaking loop. It's throwing me for a loop just doing your reading. Because I'm going, oh my gosh. Yeah. So you're going to feel like there is going to be a little bit of an opposition when it comes to whatever it is that you need to release when it's coming to this tower moment. And you're going to feel, yeah, there's that little bit of that lack of direction. It's just going to take a little bit more self-discipline for the situation. But otherwise, I don't think that you're going to be, you're the Empress over here, so I don't think that you're going to have the accomplishment. Because like I just said, and you're going to be a great parent for those of you who are pregnant, and this is the pregnant woman. Like I said, someone's having a baby. So you're going to be just fine. Do not allow this moment to just, because it is. It's going to confuzzle your mind. And I think it's just going to be more of like, it's kind of like, think if you won the lottery. And some of you might be winning the lottery. I'm not even going to lie. You have the Ace of Pentacles. You could be. You could be. I'm not going to sit over here and lie about that one. Literally, 10 of Pentacles with the Ace of Pentacles with a miracle. Yeah. Literally, somebody in this group might be winning the lottery. I'm not. And you know me. If you've been here long enough, I will always tell you, that does not mean you're going to win the lottery. Okay? I'm going to tell you right now, somebody may be winning the lottery. Okay? Because you're recalling your power. You put in all the hard work. Judgment call was made. You know that this is happening. And I think all this is right here, because you have this beautiful thing. The reason you're confused and you're off of direction and stuff is because you're in confusion. You're in almost like, I know it's here, but it's almost kind of like a disbelief. Well, of course it would be. Think about it. If you won the lottery and you went to bed at night after winning the lottery, you'd wake up and you'd be like, oh my God, was I dreaming? Did I really win the lottery? And we can do that with so many things. I mean, if you just, I don't know, whatever it is, everybody's is going to be a little bit different. And there is no self-sabotage about this situation. I just want you to know, self-sabotage card is in reverse. This is a new beginning for you. Okay, where you are definitely becoming luxurious and having your fruits rewarded as you have the Nine of Pentacles with the Empress. See, the only thing you're in is just, like I said, it's just a disbelief. And I think that the Serious card here at the end of the month is just really making you understand, yes, you had a blessing. You pulled through, right? Yeah, you did it. You definitely did it, guys. Beautiful message. Until next time. Peace and love. Bye-bye.